This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
You know, when people reach out and ask for help and it's something as simple as, hey, shipping her a box of tampons.
The one thing about this girl is she's never asked me for anything. She may have hinted about tampons.
It is the 6th of September. My name is Corey Winfield, and this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. Marnie, not on tonight, and actually, I figured it would be a great time to answer a podcast I did 6 months ago, which I did by myself, so why not, right? Makes perfect sense. I've done a podcast in a minute, it seems like, and as every day draws to an end, I just think, damn, I do a podcast today. And before, I would just get up and do one. So right now, I was downstairs cleaning out the cat litter and thought, you know, I really do need to answer that podcast that I did 6 months ago. And I think it was called 6 months from now. You know, I was really going through a time where I was worrying about things with 217 Recovery and if we were going to get grants and we were going to get funding to open a recovery community center, to do transportation for people, you know, take them to and from treatment, take them to recovery meetings, stuff like that. And we were told we were going to get it like in October of last year. We're like, all right, cool. And then we didn't. And then we're like, oh, hold on. Then maybe Christmas. And it was after Christmas and then the beginning of the year. Finally, okay, cool. And then it was just a bunch of like, okay, that sounds good. We signed the papers. Now when, now what? And then it was just kind of a whirlwind. So I was kind of freaking out, just not knowing what to do. And then we were like, okay, you're giving the funding. And then they're like, oh, no, you have to spend the money. And then we pay you back. And I was like, but we don't have any money to spend. And then just grace of God, Justin had been to a meeting. I think I went to one of his meetings that he was hosting. And I was just like laying it out there, being how stressed I was and how I needed to learn how to ask for help. And, you know, just kind of talking about the financial situation. And here we thought we'd, you know, have some funding and we have funding, but it's like you spend it, we'll pay you back kind of funding, but only for things that they approve. And it's like, wait, what? And then Justin had kind of mentioned something in another meeting that he was in and somehow, the right people heard it and, you know, gave a nice donation for us to kind of get going. And without that, you know, I don't know if we would ever got off the ground. And I'm not talking like huge donation, nothing like that. Not like the $1 million I would love, but it was enough to be what we needed. It was exactly what we needed, actually. And it's those little times, those little moments that I look back on and I'm like, man, what if I wouldn't have went to that meeting? What if I wouldn't have been vulnerable and opened up about asking for help and about, you know, what was going on? You know, because if you don't ask for help, sometimes people don't know you need it. And that goes to someone who's sober. That goes to someone who's struggling. Your family might know that you need help, but they don't know how to help you. They don't know what ways to help you. You know, family members, sometimes they don't know the best ways. They're just trying to do what they think is right, what they've heard other people say, what they've read online. And everybody's different. What works for some families, what works for one person might not work for you. You know, it might not work for your family. So it's about knowing the person, knowing the situation. And the only way you know that is by going through it. And at the end of it, there's no one there but you. And you're the one that has to make those decisions. So anyway, yeah. So I was being vulnerable and opening up and letting people know that I did need help. And today I sit here. This is, I was kind of cleaning out cat litter. And I was like, man, I got to do a podcast about this. But I started thinking like, okay, 6 months ago, what was I thinking? What was on my mind? And that was what I was thinking. And that was some of the things that were on my mind. And I always go through if you'd have told me this is where I'd be 6 months ago, I don't think I would have believed you. And yet here I am again. If you'd have said, oh, you're going to be in the basement studio at your new home that you and your beautiful wife, Marnie, purchased, and I would have said, wait, what? What are you talking about? Wait, whoa. Things happen, man. You stay sober and you keep doing good things just start happening. And then more good things happen. I'm telling you, if you know someone, a family member, loved one, don't give up on them. It would have been so easy for, my family to give up on me. And I think most of them did, but not all of them. My mom, like she was like one of the last ones that, she just wouldn't give up. And I guess that's the mother instinct. It's like, I can't give up. Don't give up. It was frustrating for her. She had to go through all the, oops, better not do that. Oops, that was a mistake. Shouldn't have done that. And I mean, like by helping me, sometimes she wasn't really helping me. But by the end of it, she knew, what she could offer and what she could give and what she couldn't do. And that's unfortunate because it always usually happens at the end of it, and, okay, figure this out now. And then you might have another child that's going right through it again. And guess what? That's a totally different child, totally different situation, totally different circumstances. Things will work. Things won't work. So it's like going through it all over again, So be careful with that sometimes, and it's just, addiction's a funny thing, and it's not funny, but I just mean a weird, odd thing, because you would assume, especially with people that are in addiction or, people in recovery, we can sit there and tell stories and they're so damn similar. I mean, you would think, well, then there should be one set of rules, something that works for people. And I think that the reason why it doesn't is because we all have different trauma. There was traumatic events that happened to me. There's traumatic events that happened to you, to your mom, to your cousins, to your brothers, sisters. Different things happen. And I think that's why it's so different, because the trauma I had to deal with, maybe not the same trauma that you're dealing with, or vice versa. And my trauma, there was a lot of abandonment issues. And it was something I had to deal with. And to deal with it, I had to write a letter. I had to get deep in my thoughts, and I had to have a conversation with myself, about this is what happened, this is what didn't happen, and this is what matters, this is what doesn't matter. What can I control? What can't I control? What do I want now? I can blame everybody for the past if I want to. I'll throw myself in there included, of course. Throw alcohol in there. Not as many people are blaming alcohol that should be, but we'll throw it in there too. Throw it all in the past. I can blame everybody I want. That doesn't help. That doesn't change anything. I used to joke in the early days of the podcast about building a time machine. I would still like to build one just to go back to check out dinosaurs or something. See where the aliens really started everything. That's kind of a joke, but not really. But I would still like to build one to do that. But I can't go back and change the past. Back to the Future 2 taught us that. Actually, I think Back to the Future 1 did too. You can't change the past. And the more I dwell on, this and that and this and that. And I was with Adam and Justin today. They were doing some government work. And we were on the way back, and I was telling them a story about, something that I kind of, just those things that you do when you're drunk and the way you act when you're drunk and the way you treat people when you're drunk. And there's some things I'm not real proud of. And I treated some people pretty shitty. And, I'm not going to apologize to these people today. I'm not going to sit there and write them a letter. I don't think they care. They're not in my life now. They're out of my life. And they're probably happy about that. But the only thing I can do, though, is move forward and think about the person I want to be today. And that's when it's like, the relationships I do have, with my coworkers, with my family, with my wife. I want to be the best husband I can be. And I was looking the other day for audiobooks on how to be a better husband, because sometimes I get caught up in work, get caught up in the moment, get caught up in fantasy football, and I get too caught up in what Corey's doing. And a lot of times I don't realize, am I spending enough time asking, what's my wife doing? What does my wife want to do? I was telling the guys too, it's like tomorrow, which is the kickoff of NFL season. I was like, I want to go. I have a Families Against Narcotics meeting I have to go to. And then after that, I'm going to come home and watch football because that's what Corey wants to do. And I'm going to order pizza, because that's what Corey wants to do. Now, did I ask Marty, do you want to order pizza? Did I ask Marty, hey, do you want to go watch football? She's in our fantasy football league, but Does she want to be, or does she feel like she has to be? Otherwise, I'm going to be like upset with her because we don't have enough players, or is it something she enjoys? I mean, I think for the most part, she finds it interesting. If football's on and she has a guy playing, she likes to be, hey, let's watch. Is my guy playing? But does she really like it? You know, is she just doing that, you know, to be a part of my life? And am I doing anything like that for her? You know, I don't go to have picnics with her. You know, I know her mom at least was on some picnic kick. And then we were always going to picnics. I'm like, I hate picnics. But am I doing that for her? You know, am I doing those same things? I mean, she might just absolutely hate football. She might absolutely hate pizza, but she eats it because she knows I like it. You know, what do I do? Am I doing enough? I guess is my question there. As a husband, you know, coming up in December, we'll have 3 years, a 3-year anniversary. So a lot of people say, oh, you're still in that honeymoon phase. Probably, but these are things that I'm noticing, and I don't want it to get too far out of hand, if that makes any sense. You know, because the more I keep letting things slide, and the more I keep getting into what does Corey want? What's Corey's way? That's a dangerous line. You know, that's something that could lead me right back out to using, and I really don't want to do that. We'll stick with that I don't want to. The Corey way should be, as long as you're saying that you still don't want to drink, still don't want to use drugs, that's fine. But it is, but those other things could lead me to lose relationships with people, which would get the old brain thinking again, well, F it. You know, that didn't work out, so F it. You know, I'm just going to go drink. I'd love to sit here and tell you today that that's never going to cross my mind. But I can't. You know, there's a lot of things that I haven't had to experience yet, a lot of hardships, a lot of loss. And I just pray that I'm strong enough. That's all I can do. I know that drinking doesn't make anything better. So I don't know why I would. And 4 years, was it the 6th? I don't know, 4 years and 7, 8 months, something like that is what I have clean. And I've learned that, you know, drinking doesn't make anything better. So hopefully with that time in there, clear thinking should help me. But when emotions are involved, it's not always clear thinking. And that's the scary part, the part that you can't guarantee. But tonight, I'm not drinking, can guarantee you that. And hopefully tomorrow it's the same. I did learn, though, that and this is just right now as I learned this as I'm talking to you, the litter box is way too close to my desk. Yep, for sure. It's like, what is that smell? Yep, that's what it is. So it's a clean litter box, but they love using it when it's clean. You know what I'm saying? If you have cats at home, you know exactly what I'm saying. You're cleaning it, you get done, you just feel good. You're like, yep, clean that sumbitch out. And then the cat jumps right in it and just bloop. And most of the time, if I see that happen, I will just give it a minute and not scoop it. But this time they let me start a podcast and get a little bit into it before they decided to jump in the cat box. I'm telling you, man, sober people problems. They're real. It's the biggest problem I have today is I realize that my cat box is too close to the desk. And then pretty good little day. No, but I will tell you something that's stressing me out, though, when we'll talk on the reel about this. And I don't mean to sound like I'm bitching, but this might be a warning to you. You might learn something from this. If you're buying furniture, be very careful if you're buying furniture from Ashley Furniture. There was a sale the other day, and my wife's like, we need a kitchen table and some chairs. Here's what I like. She sent me the table. Okay, there's 3 of them. And then I looked, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I like this one, and let's see what chairs are going for. So I went, and I found one table and had a set of chairs, and they were all on sale. And the chairs were half off. So I'm like, hell yeah, man. I was like, we'll get this one. We can get that table and these chairs. They're on sale. They're half off. You know, and I remember thinking that the only way we're getting these chairs is because they're half off. They were expensive. And they were, when I bought them, it said they were a set of chairs, $85. All right, $85 for a set of chairs. So I need 2 of them. So I added 2 to the cart, went up quantity 2, ordered it. They got delivered. They came. I get 1 box. 1 box of chairs. We got the table and then 1 box of chairs. So 2 boxes technically, but 1 box of chairs. Well, where are the other 2? So I call customer service, and that was the most confusing thing to them because now the sale had gone off. Well, they were half off. So it says on my order, quantity 2. Now, keep in mind, these are sets of chairs. So if you're following along, if you order 1, you get 2 chairs. See what I'm saying? Quantity 1 equals 2 chairs. Quantity 2 equals 4 chairs. Well, they say, no. You got what you paid for because you got 2 chairs and you paid $170 because they're $85 a piece. Again, they were half off. So I was like, well, no, because I see it says quantity 2. That's the quantity. I ordered 2 sets of chairs. That's why it says quantity 2. No, this says that means 2 chairs. Well, so if I just would have ordered 1, you would just sent me 1 chair? The quantity would have been 1? No. So they're having a real hard time at Ashley Furniture. And I went from even their store in Virginia, which I don't know how I got them, because I decided, all right, it's time for the Better Business Bureau to get involved, because I called them and they're like, they couldn't understand, and it blew their mind that they had any kind of sale. And the little ribbon that's at the top of the website is still on there. It's like 50% off. And I'm like, do you guys not see what the F just happened and just send me my damn chairs? So like, oh, if you want more chairs, you have to buy them. And I'm like, I bought them. And look, here's what you do. And I even told them to go to their website and click it, add 2 to the cart. Now click it. Now what does it say? It says, oh, well, the price is $340. Well, yeah. So if I would have done that when it was buy 1 half off, they were half off or whatever, wouldn't that be $170? And they're like, yeah, but it says quantity 2, you get 2 chairs. I'm like, I'm telling you, mother effers, if I order a chair or just 1 set and it'll say quantity 1 and I get 2 chairs, you guys must pay me back for them and then pay me and compensate me for my time explaining to you how sales work, how your website works, oh my God, it's frustrating. Anyway. It's little things like that'll work you up to and get you so frustrated. And I don't know what to do. I've tried to meditate over it, or not over it. That would be kind of counterproductive if I'm meditating over this Ashley Furniture drama. But there are some times, even at work today, because the guys keep messing with me about it. They're like, oh, Ashley Furniture. I'm like, nope, not even checking that email right now because I don't feel like being in a bad mood. But I have to deal with it, and Marty's like, well, let's just buy 2 more chairs. And I'm like, no, it's the principle of it now. Like, these stupid people can't figure out their own website, their own systems. Like, it's dumb. First of all, they don't even give you an option to buy 1 chair. So why would it say quantity 2? Well, it says quantity 2 because there was 2 chairs in there. See the price, and they keep getting so hooked on the price. The price is $170, and that's what you paid. And that's the price for 2 chairs. You had a sale that was 50% off. Like, I don't know how many times I had to tell them that. And then I'm like, can't you just look up the original order? Well, yeah, it says quantity 2, but that means 2 chairs. I'm like, no, I'm buying a set of chairs. You're not selling chairs. You're not selling just chairs. Here's a chair for $85. If they did that, then I'm like, all right, cool, I get it. But it's a set of chairs. It doesn't come as 1, you idiot. I don't know. I just really need to pray about it. I have not done that yet. So I'm going to pray about it tonight. I made it as clear as day as I could to the people at Ashley Furniture. I really don't know what else to tell them. But yeah, so I'm telling you though, if you're buying chairs, don't buy them from Ashley Furniture. You don't want to deal with this mess. And actually I was going to buy, I kind of did buy it. Some other furniture for the downstairs office. And I came across one and it was through Ashley Furniture and I made sure I did not buy that one. So taught them a lesson, didn't I? No, if I can get one person to listen to this and then tell their friends not to buy Ashley Furniture and they can tell their friends not to buy Ashley Furniture, we could save the world. We can start talking about the chairs were made in like sweatshops or something, and how it's not good for the earth. Sorry if my cat was on the chair. Yeah, another thing I noticed too, I'm getting off the Ashley Furniture topic because I know you're done listening to me, bitch, but I got a lot of spiders in this house. And I sprayed, there's the spray, if you ever have like bugs, it's called Bengal Tiger Spray. Kills them dead. And it's cool because when you kill them, they come running out. Well, not running out. That doesn't really seem very cool. It's more squirming. But for some reason, they like to get out in the light or something. I don't know. I found it in Arkansas. My coworker, Ralph Cherry, told me about it. So when I was killing cockroaches, they were big as my car. Seriously, you could ride a bike on them. Not ride a bike on them, but you could put them on your bike and ride them to work with you if you wanted to. Or put a saddle on them. They were huge in Arkansas. They were like, they're my water bugs. No, those are big ass roaches. Ugh. But back to my story about the spiders. I don't know if I should spray to kill the spiders because I sprayed in the bathroom the other day and then some ants come running out like flopping all over. I'm like, you're dead. But if I kill the spiders, because they eat bugs, so they're kind of doing what I want them to do. But at the same time, when I sat down at the desk here, and it was like a spider web I walked into. It was not a ghost; it was a spider web. And then the cat's all looking for them, which is kind of freaking me out because the cat's like stalking prey like around my feet. And the little one, he doesn't know any better, so he will put his claw through your toe. Yep, through it. I said, yeah, you're like, but Corey, there's a toenail. No, don't care. He's got claws of steel and we'll just tear him up. So I'm kind of a little worried about him. So if kind of sound like I'm stepping away from the mic a little bit, that's exactly what it is. I'm watching my back, man. Oh, and I'm going to have Jeremy and Mitch on probably maybe tomorrow. I don't know, but very soon. Because I was listening to their Redacted podcast and I hear some of the craziest stuff on that podcast, but I love it. I love those two. They're doing a podcast and they're having fun with it. And that's what it's about. And they're kind of out there, a little bit. They talk about government conspiracies and COVID's coming back and here's why. And lasers started the fire in Hawaii and everything blue didn't burn because the lasers can't hit blue stuff, or I don't know. And then I heard him say, and this is, no, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna play it in context, and that way you can hear exactly what I heard. I was in the shower and I was like, "What the fuck? Did he just?" No, he didn't. Yeah, he did just say that. Yeah, it's mind blowing, but it's funny and it's fun, and those two are great, and they're having fun with their podcast. So that's the bottom line. That's what it's about, and hopefully they'll have a website and everything for their Redacted podcast soon. But if you want to go check it out, feel free. I think the episode they did just a couple of days ago, I don't know if they're doing another one today or tonight, but look for the one that was right before today's date of September 6th. Listen to the episode right then, and then you'll know what I'm talking about when you hear it, and you'll be like, what? No way. You'll be like this.
What? No way. Fuck's sake.
That's exactly what you'll say. And you'll shake your head and be like, damn it. Yeah, Corey was right. So check them out. Give them a listen. And I think I'm done. And I'm kind of in the same spot, though. Oh, I did. Yeah, because even though I'm doing the podcast so long, I can't just be done when I say I'm done. I'm still worried about things that are coming up that I have no control over. I just pray that they're going to work out well. And that's all I can really do about the situation. Fingers crossed, things will work out. Today I have a lot more responsibility on my shoulders, it feels like, but I think that's a good thing. And what we're doing at the 217 Recovery Center, we're doing with the, 217 Recovery rides are great. And we're helping a ton of people. And actually, I feel bad. If you want to do something else, you can write your senator. Write some politicians, man. And I feel so bad for the people that aren't in northern Michigan, that are in Michigan. People in southwest Michigan. I feel bad for you guys, man. You have a crazy PIHP, man, SWMBA. I had to go to treatment through them, and they would scold me when I would call them. You know, like, we just sent you to treatment last month. Why would we pay to send you to treatment again? Because clearly I didn't get it, and I want help still. You know, they would treat me like I was just a bad guy. And I guess Midstate Health Network, they do the same shit. And they're out of Lansing. They're a pretty big one too. So Lansing, I think Midland, there's a bunch of them, a bunch of counties that they're over. You can actually go to our website, 217recovery.com. There's a PIHP list on there. But it's just crazy, man. And I tried to file a suit because I think it's discrimination. Why somebody in Lansing, why somebody in Benton Harbor, why somebody in St. Joe, Coloma, why can't they get the same treatment options? You know, over in Detroit, it's the same way. You know, they'll tell you, no, we're not sending you up there because we're going to keep you here in this area because the money needs to be spent here. That's not true. If you're a resident of Michigan, you can go to treatment anywhere in Michigan. So if you're on Medicaid, you can go, as long as you're resident in Michigan, you can go anywhere in Michigan. It's up to you. You're the one picking the spot. And these PIHPs will belittle you sometimes when you call for help. And it's just uncalled for. You know, it really is. But like I said, Midstate, SWMBA, I know SWMBA personally, so I can say it. You know, it was, I don't know them personally, but I'm saying I went through them and personally had that happen to me. So I damn, yeah, I can say it. Midstate, the stuff that I've seen happen to people, I can talk about that too. So I don't feel bad about it. I'm not saying anything that didn't happen. I've even invited them on the podcast and they haven't taken me up on that, but I'd love to talk to them about it. And they can't tell me it's because we don't have the money. Or maybe fire some people. I don't know. You know, you're getting millions of dollars. Anyway, that's enough ranting for me, I guess. Then, yeah, so I was going to get off the podcast now, so I'm done. As you can see, I'm passionate sometimes, and it just frustrates me. It does. It just frustrates me. Because we're telling people, reach out for help, but we're leaving something out like, oh, reach out for help, but not if you just got some help a couple months ago. Just go die. Is that what we're telling them? It seems like it in some places, but big props to NMRE. They're the PIHP in Region 2, which is Northern Michigan. You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody does everything right every single time. But they have people there that care and that understand and that they're trying to change things and make a difference. They're trying to be, maybe they're not trying to be, but they are kind of the trendsetter, man. They really are. And I'm very appreciative to them and the people that I've got to know through them and that work there. And they've made me a better boss. They've made me a better, I don't want to say leader, but kind of, you know. So props to them. And, you know, they're not all bad, but there's 10 different ones in Michigan. So I know for a while I was like, get rid of them. But if they just had one really good one, that'd be super. Just saying. Now I'm done. All right. 217recovery.com, more info, resources, and get the app if you don't have the app yet. 217 Recovery. It's in your app store. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. For more episodes plus bonus features, download the 217 Recovery app and support recovery by rating us in the App Store.